Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Juliet of Jill's Closet, and if it's your first time coming across this channel, you're highly welcome. On today's episode, I'll be showing you how to make this off-shoulder bodycon dress with cape. So if you're interested in making this, stay tuned and you have so much to learn. So first things first, if you're making a bodycon gown, you need a stretchy fabric just like the one that I have, a fabric that can stretch like this. So you make sure you get one because this is the foundation of your bodycon dress. This is a lycra fabric and I'll be making use of 2 yards of the fabric. So I'll be cutting the back and the front of this gown together. I've gone ahead to place this on one fold. Then again, we're going to place it on 4 folds so that we'll get our front and our back together. So the folded ends will be facing me. That will be the middle of our dress. Meanwhile, the one that has an open end will be our sides. From this top part, I'll be marking out my starting point. This will be the point where I'll be taking my horizontal measurements from. So because this is an off-shoulder gown, I'll be going down by 5 inches. You can decide to go down by 4 inches, 5 inches, or even 6, depending on how low you want your off-shoulder to be. So mine, I used 5 inches. So I placed my tape on 5 inches, and from there, I got my bust point, which is 10 inches, and I marked it out. So from this same 5 inches, we'll be getting our waistline. My waistline, I'm using 17 inches for it. You can decide to use 16 inches. Then you just go ahead and roll it across. From the waistline, to get your hip line, you'll be coming down by 9 inches. So this will depend on how big the person is. If it's a slimmer person, you can go with 8 inches to get your hip line. I'll just go ahead and label the points that I have now. I have my bust point line, my waistline, and my hip line. From the waistline, we'll be placing our tape there and be coming down by 17 inches to get our knee line. Remember, we took 9 inches from the waistline to get our hip line, but now we are getting our knee line, which is 17 inches. And to get the full length of this dress, we'll be placing our tape back at 5 inches from our starting point, then take it down to where we want the full length of the gown to stop, which is 50 inches. I used 50 inches as the full length of my gown. And I also went ahead to add 1 inch allowance for folding the end. From our starting point, which is now our shoulder line, we are going to be getting our shoulder width, which is 8 inches. Then from this 8 inches point, we'll be going down by 3 inches. You know, our starting point, we removed 5 inches. So I'll place my tape at 5 inches. Then I'll go down by 3 inches to get my armhole curve. So that 3 inches now will make it a total of 8 from the shoulder. So I marked out my armhole line from that point. So from this armhole line, I'll mark a point and connect it back to my shoulder line. Then from there, I'll be forming my armhole curve, just like I'm doing. You make a curve to meet the 2 points. To continue with the vertical measurement, I'll be placing my tape on the bust line to get my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 38 inches, and when divided by 4 is 9.5. So because this fabric is stretchy, I won't be using 9.5. I used 8.5 instead and added 1 inch allowance to it. And on the waistline, my waist measurement is 32, but I won't be using 32 inches. I divided the 32 by 4, which is 8, but I'll be going with 7 inches to get my waist measurement. Same thing on the hip. My hip is 40 inches, and when divided by 4, it's 10 inches, but I went in by 9 inches and added 1 inch sewing allowance. So like I said, the reason is because we are working with a stretchy fabric, but if you're not making use of such, you go in with your normal measurements. So on the knee line, we're going to be going in by 8 inches. Remember, on the hip line, I went in by 9 inches. So on your knee line, you'll be taking 8 inches, that's minus 1 inch from what you had on your hip line. This is to make it more fitted around that area because this is a bodycon dress and it has to lap. On the full length line, we are going to be going in by 7 inches. So this is minus 1 inch from what we had on the knee line. So I marked out 7 inches and added 1 inch allowance. So remember, we already have our armhole marked out. So from that point of our armhole curve, we'll be connecting it down to the waistline. And from the waistline, we'll make a curve to the hip line. then to the full length line. So just watch as I'm doing so. I'm so sorry that the chalk line was not visible enough because of the kind of fabric I was using, but I hope you still understand what was going on here, just trying to connect the points that we already have. Please, at this point, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so, hit on the subscribe button, also like, share and drop a comment. Thank you, I really appreciate that. On the shoulder line, I added half-inch sewing allowance to it, then I'll go ahead to cut this out. This is what we have after cutting the dress, and as you can see, our off-shoulder bodycon gown is almost ready. So I'll go ahead and give it a notch at the middle part just to pinpoint the middle of our dress. And just like that, we have the front and the back of this dress cut out together. With the remaining fabric I went ahead to cut out the cape for this off-shoulder dress, and I'll be placing it on fold. So at its unfold, the width that we're using for the off-shoulder cape is 44 inches. So while on fold, I marked out 22 inches on fold to make it a total of 44 inches. So this measurement was basically gotten from taking a round measurement at the point where your off-shoulder dress is going to start. So place your tape around your shoulder and get the round measurement, then add allowance. I have a detailed video on my channel on how I went about the measurements of this cape and also the measurements of my off-shoulder. So please do well to watch it, as I'll be tagging it on my description and also on the screen. This will help you understand how we arrived at 44 inches for the width of our off-shoulder. For the length of the cape, I'll be marking out 13 inches. This is how long I want my cape to drop down from the shoulder. Then I'll just go ahead and cut this out. And this is what the cape looks like afterwards. For the sleeve of this dress, I placed the fabric on fold and measured out 8 inches width. And from there, I drew the starting point. And just like we did for our dress, I went down by 5 inches for our off shoulder. And from the 5 inches, I marked out our armhole line at 8 inches. Also, from that 5 inches, I marked out the midpoint of my arm length, which is at 13 inches. Then from there also, I marked out the full length, which is at 26 inches. So if you have enough fabric, you can make the sleeve as long as you want, probably to cover almost at your finger sides. From this folded end, I'll be going in by 4 inches. This 4 inches will serve as the beginning part of our sleeve at that shoulder point. You can go in with 3.5, 4.5, 4 inches, depending on your body size. Then from there, I'll come down to my armhole line and connect that point of my 4 inches to the armhole line, just like I've done. At the midpoint of my sleeve, I'll measure the circumference. Mine was 12 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark out 6 inches because this fabric is on fold, and add ½ inch allowance. So from this point I have on my armhole, I'll be connecting it to the point I have on the midline with a line. Then on the full length of my sleeve, I'll be measuring the circumference of my wrist. Then mine is about 8 inches. When divided by 2 is 4. I added ½ inch allowance and connected that point to the midpoint of our sleeve. So just do the same thing that you've seen me do. I went ahead to mark out the armhole curve properly. So the next thing we'll do is to add allowance on the top part, our sewing allowance, then cut this out. I didn't think it was necessary to add an allowance at the armhole curve because the fabric is stretchy. I'm done cutting the sleeve, so I'm going to take this and place it on another folded fabric to form my second sleeve. So once I'm done placing it correctly and properly, I'll go ahead and cut this out. Also, be sure you label correctly so that you differentiate the front and the back of your fabric. Opening our dress up, this is what it looks like. So now I'll be taking it down to my machine to sew up the sides of this dress. So just place it together and go to your machine and sew the sides down with the 1 inch you have as your allowance. This is what it looks like after sewing down the sides. So I did mine with office pins, putting it in place just so that it doesn't run around while sewing it on the machine. So just go ahead and remove the office pins that I used to hold it down. For the off shoulder part of this dress, opening it up, what we have is 16 inches. But remember, when we cut it on fold, we cut 8 inches. So if you open it up, you have 16 inches. But for the reshaping, we'll be reshaping that part and we'll be taking our correct shoulder measurements at that point. So you're going to place your tape from one armhole to the other armhole and measure out what you have. Mine is 13 inches and when divided by 2 is 6.5. So I placed the fabric on fold again and measured out 6.5. So it's always safer cutting out a bigger measurement when you're drafting your pattern directly on your fabric, just to be on a safe side. Then you go ahead and reshape it when you are sewing. So from the point of our 6.5, I'll be connecting it down to the armhole line. Then I'll go ahead and cut off the excess. So the 6.5 I'm using is my exact measurement, but remember this fabric is stretchy, so I'll also be cutting it out with 5.5 inches or 5 inches just so that it won't be excessively big on me. After reshaping the armhole part, I'll be connecting the sleeve to the dress. So just like this, I'll fold the sleeve on the wrong side, then connect each of the armhole parts to the correct armhole part on the dress, just like I'm showing you. So you're going to place it right side facing right side, then pin it together and go to your sewing machine and sew it down with 1/2 inch. This is what it looks like after attaching the sleeves. So as you can see, I sew it down with 1/2 inch. I did it for one side of the sleeve and I did the same thing for the other side of the sleeve. For this part of the sleeve, we're going to hold it together, then sew it down on the sewing machine with 1/2 inch just to meet that point that we have on the dress. Now, when we are done attaching the sleeves and closing it up at the sides, we're going to be attaching the cape of this off-shoulder dress. So what we'll do is to take a round measurement on the shoulder. So starting from one point, I'll place my tape round across to meet the point where we started. Altogether, my round shoulder measurement for this dress is 42.5. And like I said, I have a detailed tutorial on where I talked about how to go about this measurement. So please do well to watch the video. On the piece of fabric for my cape, I just went ahead and measured out 42.5 inches, then added about 1.5 inches allowance to make it 44. This will serve as our sewing allowance. In attaching the cape, first thing is to mark out the midpoint of your dress, just where we had our notch. In the placement of the cape, the right side will be facing the wrong side of the dress so that you have the wrong side of the cape facing upwards to you. So just be careful in the placement, because what we are trying to achieve is to have the right side of the cape turning in like outwards from the front. So just do it the way you can. When you place it, you're going to understand what I'm trying to explain here. So with the help of an office pin, I'm just going to take this round the off shoulder and secure it in place before going down to my machine to sew it together with 1/2 inch. After holding it down with office pins, this is what it looks like. So we have 2 open ends and I'll go over to my machine and sew round the shoulder with 1/2 inch allowance. This is what it looks like after attaching the cape to the dress, just with 1/2 inch allowance. And at the point where we have the 2 open ends, I'll just be holding it together like so and securing it with my office pin, then go down to my sewing machine and sew it together. For the bottom part of our cape, you can decide to fold it in with 1 inch or you decide to leave it just the way it is. This is what it looks like after closing up the midpoint of the cape. So as you can see, I used 1/2 inch to sew it up. I also made small gather stitch with the excess fabric that I had. So this gather stitch will help the end of the cape to be free on your bust, especially if you're busty. But if you're not busty, there's no need for that. So at this point where we still have an opening at our shoulder, we're going to hold it just like I'm holding it down, then go to your machine and close it up. For the down part of this dress, we're going to be hemming it with 1 inch allowance. So just fold it twice like this and go over to your sewing machine and sew it up. So turning our dress to the right side, this is what the off-shoulder cape looks like. So as you can see, it's already forming out very well. So to give it the gathered effect that it has, just like in the picture, we're going to be adding this 1/2 inch elastic by the sides. First thing we do is to arrange the sides of this cape and get the midpoint at the sides. So with your chalk, you're just going to mark out the mid point of your arm by the sides of the cape. So just watch as I'm doing. So I marked it at the ending part and at the top part and connected the two lines together. I did the same thing on the other part of the cape and marked it out. So the next thing we're going to do now is to flip this cape to the wrong side and trace out that chalk markings that we have on the wrong side. So just watch as I'm doing so. After marking the point out, we're going to take our 1/2 inch elastic and place from the point you have your shoulder joining, we're going to place it across the chalk line that we have, and to get this gathered effect at the end. So I'll be taking it to my machine and show you how to sew it down. So this is the front of our clothes. So this is the shoulder, the end part with the sleeves, with our sleeves. So we're going to check, this is the place that we marked out. So this was the place we marked out. So we're going to turn it to the wrong side. So when we turn it out to the wrong side, remember that joining we have at the shoulder. So this is what we have, and this is where we marked our chalk line. So you can see the chalk line. So we're just going to place it. We're going to place it from this point, just below the line that we have. Then we're going to be sewing it on the line, on our chalk line. So I'm just going to place it on my sewing machine. I'm going to open this up, put it through your sewing machine. So I'm placing my elastic from this point, just as I'm doing. Place it just below this line. Then I'm going to straighten this up. And I'm going to start sewing. So this is it. You'll be dragging it and be sewing it. So as you're sewing it, just be very careful not to make mistakes, and make sure you're dragging it and sewing on the line at the same time. So we're dragging it and we're sewing on the line. So this is what we have on one side. So we're going to be cutting. We now cut this off. So you can see we're going to be cutting it off. It doesn't show to the front. So this is what we have in the front and this is the back. We have our gathered cape, and you can see what it looks like on both sides with the elastic forming the gathers. So if you want to have this gathered effect on the body of your dress or on the long sleeve, you're going to just take the same process we took and you have your gown gathered. So finally, we have our beautiful off-shoulder BodyCon dress. I hope you found this video valuable and helpful. Please do well to subscribe, like, and drop a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye.